very close to on time. I am Jeneille LaGrone. I'm a Gold Ambassador. I'm on your leadership team, and I really enjoy working with the full Diamond Express team and just pouring into people and helping. One of my spiritual gifts is encouragement, and this is a great way for me to be able to use it. Linda Masteller is also one of our hosts tonight. Linda is an Emerald Ambassador and amazing at what she does, a great resource, very knowledgeable, and she and I are going to be walking you through this new ambassador basics call tonight. So I am going to talk about a few things that are on the personal side of being an ambassador, and Linda's going to talk through things on the technical, literally technical, like the website, back office side of being an ambassador. So first I want to acknowledge that there are two ways to be an ambassador, and either way, you're at a great place on this team. You're welcomed and supported, and this call will be helpful to you. The first way of being an ambassador is being someone who is using the products and wants to get wholesale prices. The second way is someone who's using the products and also sharing with other people and building a business to help them achieve personal goals that go outside their health. Both of those are valuable, and we are here to help you rock whatever your goals that you set are. So the first thing I want to talk about as an ambassador is your personal health. It is very important that you know how to use your products. So if you have questions, you want to check with your upline so that you know when to take your products, what you're taking, and how much. For instance, if you're taking your ProBio 5 at lunch, your ambassador should be able to teach you that you're not going to get your bang out of that product at lunchtime. ProBio 5, you take at night, and they can teach you why. Because that's working on your guts, and you need to not be adding more food inside so that it can work. Your ambassador can teach you all sorts of things along those lines. So you want to know how to use your products. You also want to be consistent daily. And this is really important for your working on a long-term health goal, not a quick Band-Aid sort of fix. If you wanted a quick fix, you should have chose something else, because we're talking about healing from the roots of our body coming on out, and that takes more consistency and dedication, and you're going to have long-term results. I have lost around 20 pounds with Plexus, and I've done that before in my life. And then I've done it before in my life, which means it didn't stay. And I've maintained this loss for 2 years now because of consistency. And that is what is key for long-term health. The third thing is water is your friend. If sweet tea or Cokes or juices or any other beverage has been what's always been in your cup, in order for your body to work best and Plexus to work best, you need to embrace the water into your life. We're talking to aim at least half your body weight in ounces of water. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you want at least 100 ounces of water. That can be with fruit infused into it. If you're an essential oil person, you can put oils into your water, but talking about water on top of what you drink for your pink drink. I am a singer as well, so water was not a habit I had to build up into because I already had that habit. But for a lot of people, water is the last thing they think of to drink. I want you to start bringing it to the forefront of your mind. Water is your friend. The fourth thing for your personal health is your nutrition. Plexus can work with you only so much. If you continue to fuel your body, I even hate to use the word fuel, but if you fill it up with nasty stuff, it's going to make it harder for Plexus to work for you. So some easy rules of thumb for your nutrition. One, don't make any drastic, huge changes all at one time. You can make small, consistent changes and then add to it. If it comes in a box, it's not going to be the best food choice for you. If it comes in a drive-through, or I would tell my husband a Chinese buffet, it is not going to be the best for you. When you have your meals, think in terms of portions and think in terms of fruit, veggies, and a protein. Carbs don't have to be your enemy. Carbs are your friend. Just choose wisely. That's also something you can learn about in our Healthy Living page that we have for customers and ambassadors. You can ask your ambassadors for tips. Google and Pinterest have also been a great resource for me to learn more things about my nutrition. The fifth thing for your personal goal is exercise. You want to get your body moving and grooving. If that is going to the mall early in the morning so you can walk because it's so freezing cold, go embrace being a mall walker. If it's yoga at home, which is what I am doing right now, then just get your body moving a little bit every day, or aim for at least 3 to 4 times a week for half an hour. These things together can help you achieve whatever health goals that you have set, and will help your products work with you and for your body better. The second thing I want you to make sure you're doing is be in a conversation with your ambassador and with your ambassador's upline. The reason for that is really simple. We are better together. And if you have an open line of communication with them, you know that you have people on your team that are supporting you. If you send a question to that conversation, maybe it's a Facebook thread, maybe it's a text message. If one person can't get back to you, perhaps the other person is at a place where they can get back to you. A lot of us ambassadors also have other jobs. So for me, if someone sent me a text message on a Wednesday, because I'm also a minister, that would make it really hard for me to get back to you in a timely fashion. But if it was a conversation between me and you and our upline most likely knows Wednesdays are not my day where I can Plexus really actively, and they can answer that question. So you get 2 people's experience, 2 people's story, 2 people having your back. So be in an open line of communication in either a text message or a Facebook message with your ambassador and their upline. The third is I want you to set goals for yourself. Goals are so important because it gives us something to work for and strive for. When you make your goals, I want you to write them down, and I want you to put them where you can see them. Because when you see them, you are more likely to achieve them. A couple of things to keep in mind about your goals is you want them to be SMART. So you want them to be specific and measurable. They need to be attainable and realistic, and they need a timeline. One of my favorite quotes is, a goal without a plan is just a dream. If you write down your goals, it will make yourself move towards making a plan. Well, how am I going to achieve that? What's my time frame? And then what I want you to do with your goals is to have fun with them and crush them, so that when you get to check off that you achieved that goal, it brings such enthusiasm and joy and a sense of pride that you know that you accomplished that goal. And make sure it's realistic to where you are. That way you can achieve it and be honest and true with yourself. Okay, the last thing that I want to share with you is on sharing rules. Now, not everyone on this call tonight or anyone who listens is going to want to share with people their products, but some of you are. Perhaps some of you, like me, will wait a long time and then a light bulb will go off and suddenly you have to share. Here are the top 3 sharing rules in my humble opinion. The first one is when you share in a public format such as Facebook or Instagram, you need to be compliant. And your ambassador can help you understand what that means. But in a nutshell, if you need to use a medical term, you need to choose something else to say. Even as simple as we think headache isn't a medical term because we use it so flippantly in conversation, but it is. So you could say head pain which is not a headache. You don't say arthritis, you say joint pain. And so you can see, like, as you're thinking through, that might feel like a tricky slope, but you can handle it because you're in an open line of conversation with your ambassador and their upline, and they want to help you figure that out. So you can send that potential Facebook post to them, and they can help you shift the words that need to be changed a little bit and help you be able to find what will be compliant so that you don't get shut down by Facebook or by Plexus. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to be vulnerable and personal and honest in sharing your story. People will respond to your story and your experience, the things that you're excited about, the things that you've struggled with, that you don't struggle with anymore, and they're going to respond to your authenticity. And the reason they're going to respond is the third thing I want you to write down, and that is share, not sell. Plexus is a company for people's health and happiness. It's not a company for my pocketbook. I'm in this because I love helping people and because these products have, no lie, changed my life forever with the way that I feel and have just improved my quality of life substantially. I would even say exponentially. So I want that same thing for people. And that needs to be the heart behind why you share. Is there a monetary benefit? Absolutely, and it's phenomenal. So on the business side, don't be afraid to share that in a conversation. But do not put your website on a Facebook post. Do not put your website on a Facebook post or in the comments. People will ask, and you will have conversation with them, say in a messenger or in person, which is even better, and then give them your website when they're ready to make a decision. But you want to be sharing and thinking about the words that I'm saying, what's the motivation behind them, what's the story I'm telling, and who am I telling it to? So for a 15-minute, just getting off the ground running, these are the 4 most important things I want you to know. I want you to pay attention to your personal health because that's your story and your testimony building. I want you to be in a conversation with your ambassador and your upline so that they can support you and encourage you. I want you to set goals for yourself, have fun, and crush them. And I want you to pay attention to the way and the why that you are sharing when you do begin telling other people about Plexus. Now, along with those things are also needing to know the technical ways that you can navigate your business in the back office. And Linda is phenomenal at explaining all of these things, and she's going to help us out.
I'm not sure how phenomenal I am at all of these things because I know you said sometimes you have trouble getting into your back office. Sometimes it doesn't want to do what I want to see it do. But first off, let me tell you this. Being new, you may not know this, but Plexus mentioned this to me in a phone call just today. Do not try to go to your back office in Internet Explorer. You need to use Google Chrome, or Firefox. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then you need to ask your upline to help you with that because Internet Explorer just doesn't work quite right with our website. I don't know why. Probably that'll be something they'll change sometime. So I'm not the expert at sharing screen and all that, but I'm going to do my best to try it out and show you all just how to do this. Is there anybody you can raise your hand? You're not really sure what your website is. Anybody? You all know your website. Good. Because sometimes you sign people up and they think, well, how do I get into my back office? Where is my website? Okay, here, let me share my screen and I will show you all one way that you can find it. First of all, you can always go to plexusworldwide.com, but I don't suggest that. Go to, oh gosh, let me think what it, because I never do it this way. Oh, goodness.
The My Site?
What is it?
Are you thinking about the My Site?
Oh, no, shopmyplexus.
Shopmyplexus.com.
Yeah, I had it laying in front of me. Okay. It's go to shopmyplexus.com. Okay, this is if you don't know your own website, because here you can always sign in. Do you see the little person right here? And where it says sign in. Now, there's two things you always have to know. You have to know the email address you signed up with and the password. So when you sign a brand new ambassador up, one of the first things I always do, I usually, number one, almost always walk them through it. They may be in another state and I'm here in Texas, but we do it together. We sign up together. I go as far as I can go to help them sign up, but I know what's on the pages that I can't go that far. So I tell them, please write down the password that you're using and just have them do it right then. And when they get their ambassador number, tell them to write that down. So I'm going to sign into my, mine used to be my 4Girls Mom, and my computer still remembers that, but now it's my email address, and I'll put my password in and sign in and hope I typed it right, and I did. Now, when you get into your own website, right up here in this little circle, it's going to have your initials. So see, it says LM Linda Masteller. Let's look at the first thing I want to show you, my account. If you click on my account, it has your name, your email address, your password, which you can't see, of course, your birthday. Here's your ambassador ID, if you ever forget that. How long you've been an ambassador. I've been an ambassador since July of 2013. My next renewal date is the same month, of course, this year. My sponsor took their oath out, and I think most of you know, but she is also my daughter, but I signed up under her. And my business name actually technically is Thin Pink Drink, but that's another long story, okay? And be sure you have one of these two checked, that you either want to hear from Plexus through email or text message. So all of these things across here are things that you need to know something about. First of all, let's say you want to purchase a product you're currently not getting. You can go right up here to the shop. You see that up at the top right there? Click the word shop, and this is going to have all of the products that Plexus has. Now, notice another thing. Right up here in this bar across the top, it says weight management, nutrition, personal care. When you start scrolling down, there's going to be a line under this first one. You see how there's a little bit of a red line right there under weight management? Because the first products are going to be weight management. Then the next ones are going to be nutrition, then personal care, combos. That's the way it's set up. When we first got this new back office, I looked and I thought, well, my gosh, where is everything else? I hadn't scrolled down far enough. If you just keep on scrolling down, you will eventually come to every product that we have. Now, see, there's personal care. Let me go all the way to the bottom. These are combinations right here, more than one product. That's what all of that is. Trial packs. When somebody wants a trial pack, I try to always have some on hand myself. I sent one to a lady today because I always have 3 or 4. I learned the hard way to always have a few on hand. And they're not very expensive, so you can afford to keep at least one with you most of the time. There's different kinds of trial packs, not just Slim. You can also order a Plexus Ease Cream sample pack, and here's one for our body cream. These are just little packets. I think there's like 30 in each one, and I love to send these to my customers who maybe currently aren't using either one of these products, and I send them just, every so often. I figure if they get one, if they get 4 or 5 over a 6-month period of time, they might eventually decide they want to try to order that product, and that's always a great idea. This is something you might not know about, but we have what we call retailers packs. This is 8, see the 8X? 8 bags of Slim. It costs you $500 and you get 500 PV. When you're working on a contest sometime, and maybe you and your husband or somebody else in your household drink Slim, like my husband and I both drink Slim, sometimes I will order this, and then I'll order some other products on the other months. But this boosts your PV up very quickly. Here's one that you get 10 Slims and 7 trials. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that. Now, this says backup orders. The other word for backup order is subscription. This is where your subscription could come from, and it's very important that you have a subscription. But let me show you this. Every single one of these backup orders is over 100 PV. It already tells you that right there. See, like the Slim BioCleanse Pro Bio 5, which of course is our triplex combo. It's $114.95, but the PV is 105.5. It just pushes you over that 100 line. Now, why is that important, that you have 100 PV every month? It is important because you need to set an example, number one, for the team that you're going to sponsor. You always want all your team members to have 100 PV every month. That makes them commission qualified. In other words, all of a sudden, near the end of the month, you could have somebody pop onto your website and order $50, $60, $70, maybe just one bag of Slim. And if you weren't personally commission qualified by having that 100 PV, you might lose out on commission that month. It's just always what we always want to teach people, to always have 100 PV in either their own personal order or them and their customers. It all counts together, that's for sure. But the safe way is just make sure you personally always have 100. And let's just say the product combination you want is maybe 85 or 90, 95. We see a lot of 95, 96, 98. All you have to do is order one Slim trial. And here's what you can do with, and that'll push you over 100. Here's what you can do with that. When somebody wants to know more about your Plexus products, you can offer to sell it to them for your cost, which is $19.95. You can send them to your website, but personally, that's why I like to have them in hand. Because, I mean, they might be somebody in another state, and I can just as quickly and easily send it to them myself. In fact, it won't even cost them as much as if they go to my website, because I can mail it for $2 or $3, and I've got a whole bunch of mailing stuff also up here to do that. But anyway, it's very important that you always have 100 PV yourself in your back office. Now, let me make sure I'm covering everything I'm supposed to share with you. Okay, that's if you want to shop. What about your own subscription? You can go back over here to where your initials are in that circle and go down to the word subscription. This is if you can see what your subscription is and if you need to edit or change it, and if it's conditional or unconditional. Now, you'll notice I have 2 subscriptions. The reason is the second one over here, it says one product, it's $34.95, and it's scheduled to ship on July the 25th, 2018. Well, that's a little odd. You know what that is? That is my automatic renewal. I certainly, after 4 years of being on Plexus, don't want to miss that. So that's going to automatically happen. I could change it and edit it if I needed to, but I certainly don't want to. I want that to be automatic. As long as you haven't changed your credit card, this will renew on the credit card that you first started with. Now, my regular subscription is right here. It's conditional. In my instance, I don't need the exact same products every month, because like I mentioned to you earlier, once in a while I order that retailer's pack, and so I might have another bag or 2 of Slim on hand. So my it's conditional, meaning if I don't already have 100 PVs, ship it to me. But if I do already have 100 PV, then I will just go in there and order what I want. So mine has actually been conditional for a long time. But if you're brand new, you need to make yours unconditional. so you are for certain going to get it. There would be nothing worse than totally running out of product and realizing, oh my gosh, I have no more Slim. I mean, that means you're going to be without it 4, 5, 6 days. So you always want yours to be unconditional. You can view it and edit it right here. That tells exactly what it is. I'm ordering the triplex and the X Factor, but like I told you, I'm not actually going to get this because I'm going to go in there and order what I need to order. Okay, let me go back. Let's see. Have I missed anything that you can think of right now, Jeneille? You're muted. Did I mute you? Unmute you.
I muted me because Chad got home.
Okay.
No, I don't think that you have missed anything. I will double check my notes real quick.
Okay. The subscription, why 100 PV, how to find your website. Oh, I didn't actually tell you that. Yeah, well, I did. I think actually my account, it was under my account if you can't remember what it is. But I told you how to get there. See, mine is a little different but most likely yours is going to say my.plexusworldwide.com/ and whatever you put in there is your website. That's what it's going to be. Okay. All right. Now I wanted to take a little bit of time to show you some things in our Diamond Express page. Let me get rid of all these. Whoops, I didn't have to do it that way actually. So we'll go to Facebook. The Diamond Express, of course, is our team page. And there is so much information there that I don't want you to miss. We just have a few minutes, but I want to show it to you real quickly. Because when you may have a question and you may not know the answer, look what you can find. See this little hourglass right here, and it says search this group. Okay, say you wanted to know something about the triplex. Of course, you can always look in your back office for that. But these are some posts that people have done or questions they have answered about the triplex. For instance, right here, Jennifer asked, has anyone heard of hair loss with the triplex and X Factor? And then there's 4 comments about that. But that is a very helpful feature for you to know. I mean, you can type virtually any keyword in there. Let me think. Die off. I don't know if that's one word or 2. So there's some articles about die off and how you can find how to help people. This one was just posted yesterday by Kristen. And if you haven't seen that, that is a great article. In fact, I just sent it to somebody today. So here are all of the members of the Diamond Express, the moderators, their names. Make some new friends with these people if you're not friends with them. Here is your event tab. Here was our meeting tonight right here for basic ambassador training. Videos that have ever been put in here, you can go back and watch them. Sometimes this is the fastest way to find a video. Photos, anything that's ever been posted in here, this is where you can find them. Files is another great one. Look at all these files that we have in here. How to manage your subscription, what to do when you sign a new ambassador, new Facebook algorithms. These are all great, great videos that you could make it a determination to sit down here and look through every single one of them. But anyway, I just wanted you all to see. If you want to go back, always go back up to the top. You just hit the word discussion, and that'll take you back to the top. Now, this is our introduction to the team. You always want to comment and add your new ambassador right here. It is very important that you always add your new ambassador right here. For instance, I'm going to see if I can add Karen Shepard Brantley. She's one of my newest ambassadors, but see, she's already a member. When I typed Karen, it showed me all the Karens, but she's already a member. But if she weren't already a member, I would add her. I can click and it tells me that I've already added her. The reason when you have a new ambassador, you always want to add their name before you welcome them. Because if you don't add their name first, they will never see it. This is a private group. So you have to add their name first. Also, then when you add them and you type their name and you start to type their name, for instance, if I started to type Kristen Majoris, see it, all these Kristen or Christy names pop up, and I just click on that one. You can also erase the last name if for some reason you don't want it, and then just type whatever it was you wanted to say. Of course, I'm not going to put that anywhere, so you can take that out. But I wonder, we're out of time. Do any of you all have any questions? I answered all your questions. Jeneille and I answered all your questions. All right. Well, anytime you do have a question, you can look for the answer in the Diamond Express. You can post a question, or you can check with your upline or check with any of your leaders, and we'll do our best to help you. We don't claim to have all the answers, but we'll try our best to find the answer or tell you where you can find it. Anything else, Jeneille?
I think that's a wrap. Glad to honor y'all's time tonight. Thank you for investing in yourself and your business here with us. And as questions come up, reach out to your ambassador, reach out on the page. We will help you figure out the right answer.
And also,
oh, go ahead, Linda.
I'm going to post this video. I think Heather wants us to post it. So if you have a new ambassador before we have another one of these, then you can just refer them to this video and they can hear what you've just heard tonight.
Absolutely. Okay, well, y'all have a great night, and we will see you soon.
Thank you.